Hey guys, welcome back to Math with Miss L. It is another week, which means we have a new topic, and it is over to multiply or to divide. If you're not sure which one to do in word problems, well, stay tuned and we're going to unravel that. And at the very end, don't forget to wait and watch our weekly shout outs. So here we go ahead. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to make sure we understand is you multiply when, well, let's see, you are trying to find the total. So whenever we're doing our strip diagrams, making sure we know where that total goes. If we don't know it and that's where our question mark is, well, that's when we're multiplying. You are finding the area. So that's length times width, right? And then the third one is you are adding the same value repeatedly. So let me show you what that looks like on the board. So just to repeat, when you are finding the total for your strip diagram, if that is your question mark, that's what you're finding. So let's say that group 1 had 6, and let's say that you had 8 groups. Well, you have 8 groups of 6, so you would do 8 times 6, and that would give you 48 as your total, which would then fill in your question mark. So that is for multiplication. So next, we said finding the area. So area is all about length times width. So if you had 6 as your width and 8 as your length, to find the area, which is what's inside, multiplying that, you would get 48. Because 6 times 8 is 48. So that's also multiplication. Now the third one is if you had 6 plus 6 plus 6 and you are adding 6 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or if you are adding, so remember 6 times 8 could also be 8 times 6. You could flip them around. Or you're adding 8 6 times, which my goodness, if you're doing all that, man, oh man. So either way, you are multiplying. So you are dividing if you are sharing. So on your strip diagram, let's say you have 42 awesome things, and you're trying to find in group 1, how many would each group get? Let's say you had 42 cookies, and you are splitting it amongst, let's say, 7 groups. And you're trying to find how many would go inside each, or how many cookies each group would get. So you could do 7 groups and do all that, or you could do your ... to make up to 7. So you would do your 42 divided by 7 or your 42 divided by 7. Either way, if you're doing tic-tac-toes, you should get 6. So 6 goes in there. And then let's say that the second example is you have your total and you're finding the value of each group. So that's kind of like what we did over here. I would say the same thing. So once again, you have your total. The common theme here is your total. So if you had 25 awesome cookies, and let's say that you have 5 in each, so each person is getting cookies. So if you had number of cookies, let's say that person 1 gets 5, and let's say you're trying to find how many people will end up getting cookies. So same thing. You would do your 25 divided by 5, which hopefully we know is 5. So that would go where your question mark is. There are 5 people. And lastly, if you're repeatedly subtracting. So let's say you're doing 25 divided by 5 equals blank. That's the same as doing 25 take away 5, which is 20. Take away 5, that's 15. Take away 5, that is 10. Take away 5, still 5. And take away 5 more, now you're at 0. So you're figuring out how many times did you subtract 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. So either way, this one is division. Division for each of these. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at question number 1. So think about model drawing. Don't forget those steps. And I want you to think about this question right here. Do we multiply or do we divide? That is a great question. So here we go. Remember, do we multiply or divide? let's take a look. All right, so it says Mike used 324 blocks to create towers. He used 9 blocks for each tower. How many towers did he create? So first off, you need to make sure you make your solution sentence. So he created blank towers, right? And then your strip diagram. If you make your strip diagram, it'll help you think about what to do. All right. So moving forward, you start with your total, which is a huge thing, 324 blocks. So you go all the way, make sure you label your total. You're talking about blocks, so you put number of blocks. The next thing, it says he used 9 blocks for each tower. So remember, you have tower 1. It says that there's 9 blocks inside of each tower, and it wants to know how many towers. So we're not sure how many towers. So here's our towers, T for towers. That's where our question mark goes, because we don't know how many towers he wants or needs. There is our question sentence or solution sentence yet again, but we know that no matter what, there's 9. So let's go ahead and talk about our strip diagram. First question to ask is, do we have a total? Well, do we? Yes, we sure do. So we do have a total. The next thing you have to think about, second question, are we sharing anything? And hopefully you're saying yes, because you are sharing 324 blocks to make your towers. So we should know by now we have our division idea. We are dividing here. So 324 divided by 9. So let's go ahead and do standard algorithm. 9 does not go into 3, but it does go into 32. 9, 18, 27. 36 is too much, so we're going to say 3 times. So you're subtracting 27. Make sure to regroup, guys. 12 take away 7. Well, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 people. And then we bring down our 4. How many times does 9 go into 54? Well, if we're doing our tic-tac-toes, we're doing 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times 9, 54. Subtract it. We're left with nothing, so no remainder, but 36. So I want you to make sure that you take your answer and you plug it into where your question mark is. So how many towers will there be? Hopefully you're making sure it's 36. And good job. Off to the next one. All right, guys. So for this one, let's try to pause our video after we see the question. So this one says, a video game store ordered 15 boxes of new video games. Each box contained 40 games. How many total games did they order? So first step always is solution sentence. So you could say they ordered blank games. And you could even say in total. So very quick, in total, that's telling me that we don't know what our total is so far. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my strip diagram to make sure I know what I'm talking about. I know we're talking about number of games. That's important to label. And ask yourself, do we know our total? Well, if it's asking how many total games, I'm not sure yet. So that's where my question mark goes. But it does say that a store ordered 15 boxes. It says that in each box, so box 1, it says it contained 40 games. And you guys may be asking, where are you getting this information, Miss L? Well, this information is coming straight up from the problems. So I got a video game store ordered 15 boxes. So there's my box 1. And each box contained 40 games. So that's where this 40 is going to go. I want you guys making sure that you understand that I'm just going straight to the question to get my details. And they said that there are 15 boxes. I'm not going to draw 15 boxes, so I do my ... because that tells me that it's just being repeated. So for box 15, I still have 40 games. Well, here we go. I have my 15 boxes and there are 40 in each. So like I said, you can think about that as adding 40 15 times, which is ridiculous to do. So if I know I'm repeatedly adding, I am going to multiply. So right now I want you to take 40, multiply it by 15. You can do it standard algorithm way, or if you like your area model, go ahead and do your area model. So 40, be careful with 40 because it's just going to be broken into 40 and 0. 15 will be broken into 10 and 5. So let's zoom in here. 40 times 10, well, I want you guys, let's zoom in. I want you guys to understand that 4 times 1 is 4. Your zeros, there's 2, so there's 2 zeros there. 10 times 0 is always 0. And then you go down. 5 times 40. Well, 5 times 4 is 20. Your 0 goes at the end. And 5 times 0, once again, is 0. So you guys can totally just ignore this part. Now you have your partial products. So 400 plus 200. 400 plus 200 is 600. So you just found your total by doing the area model. So that answer will now go into your strip diagram. Now let's go ahead and look if you solve it using the standard algorithm. So 40 times 15, 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 4 tens is 20 tens. You can go ahead and cross that out. Put your place value holder. 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 4 tens is 4. So 0 and 0, adding them together is 0, all the way up to 600. So either way, you are good to go, guys. And our answer goes into our solution sentence as well as our question mark. So awesome job. All right, guys, so I totally forgot to do our Imagine Math box from last Friday and probably the Friday before. So I'm going to pick 4 people. These 4 people will either get reward cards from me or will get some treasure chest items. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's see who we have here. We have Jacob. Jacob, you get a prize from me. Woo, woo. I have another Jacob. Whoa. And I have, wow, Faith. You really wrote your name. Good for you. And last but not least is Isabella. You finally won. Yay. So you guys can come see me tomorrow. Weekly shout outs will be going to Miss Barrios. She has helped me so much. Miss Soljinko made some awesome science task cards for you guys. And for kiddos, well, I appreciate all of you guys so much. But I especially appreciate this week. Damien, thank you for helping out your team this week. Jonathan, thank you so much. Let's see. Darion, your division is super quick, and I appreciate you helping out other people around the room. And I'm going to go ahead and go with Allison. Thank you for being patient with your group. I really appreciate you. And my 5th graders, Brian, you were awesome to have in class last week. All right, guys, this is all I have for the video, so give me a thumbs up. Write down in the comments below what you need help with in math, and I'm here for you. You guys have an awesome Thanksgiving next week. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.